Good evening, early birds. Good evening, Lisa. Good to see you here this evening. Hope you're feeling great today. And to my other couple of viewers, I expect that we will have some people arriving a little bit later, with there being uncertainty as to whether we are 5:30 or 5:45. So I guess we get to have a little bit of fun in between while we wait. And for anyone watching over on YouTube, welcome. My name is Gwenda. I am a spiritual alchemist, mentor, healer, mystic. Lots of names, lots of words that we can have fun with. Hello, Joy. Welcome along. Yes, great to be here with you too. Can't wait to see what excitement we have tonight. I have to finish my welcome to those who are watching on the YouTube channel. Thank you for being over there. Please be sure to subscribe and keep your eye out for notifications. The YouTube channel is very interesting, and I prefer to channel across from here to the YouTube rather than go straight there. It's yet again a thing about ethics and foundations and morals. So all things come in handy. It just depends how we use them, some might say. Getting ready for you this evening, I have had some lovely presents with 3 archangels. So it's going to be interesting to find what it is that they wish to bring forward tonight. One is Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Gabriel is the one who introduced, and I'm going to say, good evening, Mandy. That's what I'm going to say. You're driving. Oh, good. It's okay, Mandy. I'm so glad you're here. So Archangel Gabriel is the first archangel that introduced, I'm going to say himself, because the energy was masculine, as we know masculine, a long time ago, and stated, I am the one who speaks through you. Over the years, I've had many encounters with other archangels, deities, entities, all sorts of things. And it's been nothing short of humbling, heartwarming, astounding, amazing, miraculous on some occasions. Sab, you made it in. Good evening. So cool to see you here, and you're over on the YouTube. Nice to see. So Archangel Gabriel is the first one that has presented this evening, followed by Archangel Azrael. Now, Azrael is actually the angel of death, and Azrael looks after those who are passing, who are transitioning. He also looks after those who are in grief and those who need comfort and direction when loved ones have passed from this world. So I am interested to see what Archangel Azrael brings forward tonight. And then there was also the very grand and awesome Archangel Michael. Now, Michael pops in and out for me. The answer that I got when I asked was, we come together at this time. And for me, that is unusual. So each of them will take their place to be able to speak with you this evening and to bring through what it is that they wish to impart for you this evening. Since we are a little bit early, I'm just going to share a few things with you. I've had some really awesome conversations with a couple of clients, but also with a very dear friend client. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? And the theme around all of the conversations has been around our awareness of our language. Good evening, Karen McAllister, welcome. And our use of words. The other part of the conversations has been around people being able to utilize their greater awareness, particularly when it comes to what I'm going to call the relationship with their physical body. H.E.A.L has stepped in for that. You may find some of his messages to be a little bit of a challenge. If you do, I'm going to ask you to place your hand on your heart and quietly breathe, remembering that archangels are here to help, to support, to guide. When we wish to impart, when we wish to place our own interpretation and perception, especially laced with an emotion, onto the messages and the guidance from archangels, we have missed the message. You see, at no time do guides, guardians, archangels, higher beings, ascended masters come to impart anything to create pain or hurt. That is not their role. It is only through our own level of awareness and our own knowing of emotions that we create pain and difficulty through the messages. Archangel Azrael is speaking about the importance of the relationship, as you would see it in human terms, that you have with your physical form. It is through your physical form that you are able to utilize your connection, your alignment with your soul, and therefore with the divine. For you are a divine creation. You hold divinity within you. Most often, I'm sorry, he is showing an image of the loss of a lot of life. Archangel Azrael says that at the moment the world at large is beholden to an enormous cloud of pain and suffering through grief and through great losses, great numbers of losses, and there is more of this than you are aware. There is more of this happening around the world than has been exposed to you at this time. The reason he steps forward is because this energy is creating a cloud around the earth. And we use this term of cloud as something that you understand. It is creating a web around the earth that is impacting on so many people of feeling a heaviness, a sadness, a sorrow, and your attention is taken all to the sense of loss. This is creating much unsettledness It is creating you to feel that nothing around you is stable. Nothing around you is able to be held in a sense of security. This is not correct. It is the sudden catastrophic effect of large numbers of loss of children, of babies, of all ages of human beings. H.E.A.L is here for the loss, for all who are grieving. Those of you who are caught up in this powerful surge, this mesh that is around the earth. If you are a well-aligned light presence, it is time for you to ensure that you emanate the light in the highest of your ability, in the highest of your power. No matter what you read, you hear, you see, you must be able to harness your own sense of reality. It is so important at this time. Archangel Michael now presents to speak of utilizing the power of the archangels and aligning yourself with their light. One of the greatest pitfalls for the human being is a lack of belief. So many believe that they have belief, but this is a belief in something that has been created here in this world. This is not a belief aligned with faith. There is a difference between belief and belief that is aligned with faith. For belief that is aligned with faith has no questions, has no limit. It is infinite. It is complete. A belief that has been placed to you through your upbringing, through your schooling, through the various systems in this world is not the belief that we are asking you for at this time. A belief that is aligned with the divine and aligned in the purest form is that of great faith. The very least that you can do to help alleviate this tremendous weight around the earth of massive loss of life is for you to learn to sit in a place of prayer, to sit in a place of nature. Let us come to you and help to lift your light, to help you manage through this time of the world. This is not new. The world before you, over many lifetimes, has seen these great losses of life. It is simply that you are present in the world at this time, so you see it, hear it, and may feel it. It is not, however, we say with the greatest reverence, relevant to you. So many of you, through lack of belief and faith, get caught up in these heavy energies, and in these times of loss. It is always because of the numbers that are put to you that you feel things are so bad. But we say to you, this is not new. There is nothing new about big numbers of people being taken through actions of others. You are able to assist the release of the heaviness of the sorrow, the shock, the grief through yourself aligning with divine love and divine faith. Many of you are yet to understand these ways of aligning yourself. It is so important for you to begin. You see, there are many more things to come in a short space of time that will create this turbulence where there is more loss of life. And we say again, it is nothing new. What is to be new is how you interpret the sensations, the conversations, the feelings that you encounter through what you hear, what you read, what you see. And it is timely to remind you, nothing in this world is as it seems. Well, my gosh, so glad they come in. Certainly make light of things. Pardon the pun. How are you all feeling after that? My gosh. So good to be in a lighter energy and a lighter sense of space in myself. And something that I'd like to have a laugh with you about. One of my pet hates, whoa, how's that for a word, is people who speak over the top of others and who wish to cut others off. Oh, hi, Judy. Judy. Good evening. Thank you. Glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad they're kind of finished with that part of things. But it was obviously much needed, and I now understand why Archangel Azrael came through so very strong when I was preparing for you this evening. Especially being the angel of death, it does make me go, oh, hey, what are you doing here? So, yeah, people who talk over the top of others, who interrupt and then cut in on conversations to, overpower another conversation, and who just talk aimlessly. This is a level of frequency, and I'm also going to say it's a level of vibration that is so low, and it is very draining on energy. I had someone here at my house like that on the weekend, and I also had them have a little friend with them, an unseen friend, who was not able to get past the threshold of my front door. And they thought that they would present themselves to me when I saw this person off, when they'd finished here at my home. And it was very interesting, to say the least. So when people come to my house and they are of a very low level of vibration and frequency, and there's a couple of you who will understand what I mean. For everyone else, please pardon me. There is so much hubbub in the spiritual communities, about vibration, and there's a lot of push about vibration. The fact is that, yes, we are a vibratory being. Everything about us, our cells vibrate, the nucleus in our cells vibrates. That is true. And some would say that the reason things are very dense in this world is because they are at a very low vibration, and that's what makes them dense. The higher the vibration, the less you can see. Lucky you, Lisa. I really can't tolerate it. It's so rude. So, and it is such a very low frequency. So you have a vibration, right? But then you have a frequency. So when you think about tuning a radio and you're looking to tune into a station and it's all static and it makes lots of racket, the frequency isn't right. So when we begin to have an expansion within ourselves and have a higher awareness, and we can sit in a place of divine faith, we are on a much higher frequency. So when somebody talks over the top of other people, cuts in, butts into conversations, they are on both a very low vibration, a very low frequency. And it was very interesting watching the energy of this person at my place on Saturday and seeing how they were interacting, engaging, and what that energy did to the space around them. But then to find that this person who does a lot of magic work, shall I say, had brought an unseen visitor with them. It made me laugh. Good evening, Linda. Welcome. Hi, Jackie. Welcome. To have someone bring an entity, another being with them to my place and think that they're going to get through the door always entertains me. I remember decades ago a man that booked himself for a reading, and when he came to the door, my dog was very, shall we say, worried and ill feeling with the dog, which was very out of character. When I took this man into the reading room, the thing he had brought with him presented itself. So I said to him, "You have no right to be here, and you can take yourself and that with you and leave right away." And he said, "Oh, that's fine. I just wanted to check and see if you're as good as what everyone says you are." So he had brought an entity with him, a disruptive entity, problematic entity, and had planned on leaving it behind. That just doesn't work in my space. I work on a very high frequency, and for that I'm extremely humbled and I'm extremely grateful. So I know that anything that is not of the light that presents itself here, it either is exploded or it simply cannot get in. So it was rather entertaining to find that this person of very low vibration and low frequency had this attachment with them that had to stay outside. And one thing that I really enjoy about the gifts, if I can use that word, ascended abilities, I don't know, so many words, isn't there, that I've been graced with, is that I get to have lots of entertainment with it as well. So let's have a look at some of the things that both Archangel Azrael and Archangel Michael, now we haven't heard from Archangel Gabriel yet, so it's going to be interesting to hear what Gabriel has to say. Azrael and Michael were speaking about the heaviness around the earth because of all these deaths, horrors that are going on. Yes, they're very silly, Jackie, but they try it on. And the mention was belief and belief with faith. A lot of people tell me that they know what belief is. Others are, hi, Kim Jane, welcome. Others are respectful enough to say, well, I don't really know what my beliefs are, but I believe ABC. Those kind of beliefs are not the beliefs that align with divinity and faith. When you have unwavering faith, which is most often very challenging for many people, many people. So if I lead that into healing, a lot of people go to a healer to be healed, and then they get cranky because they weren't healed. But the fact is they've gone to the healer with no faith in the ability to receive healing, in the ability to actually heal. So they have externalized what it is that they want with no faith and no divine belief. They have a belief. So let's have a look at simple things. Having a belief that going to the physio is going to fix my back. Having a belief that going to the physio is going to fix my migraines. And we're back at the physio every week, then might have a break for a month and then back at the physio. And what people get used to saying is, oh, I have to go to the physio again because my back is still playing up. So they've gone to the physio under the belief that that's what their back needs. And they're quite happy to keep going, because they might get a little bit of relief. But there is no healing in that. They might go to a hypnotherapist and, wow, for a period of time, whatever it is they went to the hypnotherapist for, that issue appears to have been cancelled out, appears to no longer be there. However, if they knew themselves really well, which is what Archangel Azrael was asking about, to be having a very strong relationship with your physical self, then that person would know that that issue that they'd gone to the hypnotherapist for has actually manifested itself, there's a great word, has actually brought itself into the physical body in another way. It is no different to when somebody gives up smoking and they then go into overeating. They give up smoking. They might even go and have hypnotherapy to give up smoking, or even acupuncture to give up smoking, but they will uptake with some other addiction. Quite often, sugar, chocolate, sugar, chocolate, fatty foods. So the fact is that what was driving the addiction to cigarettes has not been dealt with. The issue that is really behind that choice of habit has not been healed. Do you see what I mean here? It's really important when we understand ourselves that then we can tap into our divine healing intelligence that is held within every one of us. And that is part of my work that I just absolutely love, being able to bring someone to that awareness and have them align with that deep intelligence to heal anything. Now, as H.E.A.L was here, the angel of death, not all healing takes place here in this world. So you may know of people that have died or passed from this world, and people express that they died with something. They died with cancer. They died with or because of motor neuron disease. And they couldn't be healed. That's not true. To understand why someone passes from this world with a condition of the physical body not being in harmony, not being in good health, you would have to know what that person's beliefs were, what that person's way of thinking was, and also to recognize that their healing will take place in the heavens. It will take place on the healing plane, which I call the hospital in heaven. That's where their healing will take place. Because the soul cannot go from one lifetime to another carrying the burden of this lived experience. So when somebody transitions from this world to the next, yeah, Joy, absolutely. It's where it starts and it's where it ends. So when somebody transitions from this world, they must go to a plane of healing where everything that has been a burden to them in this world can be healed and released. You don't get out lightly though, right? It's not about, oh, cool, it doesn't matter what I've got going on here. I can just wait till I get to there and be healed. No, it doesn't work like that. That's cheating. You are here in this human experience to, for most people, Lisa, yes. Yeah. You are here in this world for this experience to be able to embrace awareness, to embrace and experience ascension. However, as I've mentioned before, you might turn up to those pearly gates 1,000 times before you get past the healing plane and actually go into a higher level of the heavens. And that's always because there is a resistance to learn, to expand, to ascend. And that's for the majority of the population. In my conversations today, we were talking about this world being a school of learning. This world is, it's the kindergarten or even less. It is the very basic learning ground and experience ground of the human experience. So it's a little bit like wash, rinse, spin. Wash, rinse, spin, recycle. Do it all over again and again. And if you have a look at people around you, you can see that they are not going through any kind of personal growth, any kind of awareness, but it's not your gig to pull them up on it, right? With this life, Lisa, is that what you mean? You don't have to, There are so many practices in the society that help you not struggle, that help you to be able to ascend. It's you don't have to make it a hard trip. That's what I'm here for, to help you, and help anyone that wants to be able to move past the deliberate distractions that are put in this world. It is all an illusion. It doesn't matter at the end. What matters is what you take with you. What matters is the burdens that you wish to carry with you up to the heavens. And wouldn't it be, Lisa, at least you're at least you're up there with hands up. I applaud you. Hold your heart for that. Yes, it is, Jackie, but people make it that way a lot more. Oh, that's a shame, Kim Jane. I'm sorry. That perhaps you could give her something to play with, or do what this world's all about, distract her. So many things in this world are created deliberately. And if we looked at it as a challenge to overcome rather than succumb to, we would find our life so much easier to manage. And you know what? Simplicity is the key. It's not as complicated as we want to make it. And that is one of the biggest issues, is looking at things too complicatedly. So if we were to look at things with ease and take them on as a means of what can I find in this to expand with, I'm going to say to you, invite your soul to be your guide. Because for everyone who struggles in this world, it's because they're all up here and they trust and listen to the racket that goes on in here. The longest bridge is from here to the heart. So many people that find this world a real troublesome place and are unable to find their way through is because they get on the freeway here and refuse to get on the road to their heart. I had some really interesting messages come through about our past selves in this life, because there is actually many past facets of you just from this life, and then your past life selves, and then your DNA structure and everything that's in that, and then your ancestors. Oh my gosh, what a line is that? How long is that? So if you were to choose this life and focus on this life and look at your past selves, the versions of you, because they are actually historical already in this life. You have got many versions of you that are historical, not hysterical, historical. So it is very much an opportunity for you to see what it is that you've been able to enjoy some expansion from and greater awareness from in every little part of your life. But you know what? Most of you will find you're still dragging those parts of yourself with you. Why? Why wouldn't we have a look at a past version of ourselves? So, no, let's do a little snoop look. I did ask Archangel Gabriel. So now it's going to be up to Archangel Gabriel to have a little snoop into some of you it will be his choice as to where we go. And we're going to go to Jody. And so, Jody, if we take you to having a look at you at the age of 8 and you at the age of 15, and now where you are now, and if you were to get a journal and write about the things that you can remember from the age of 8 and then when you were 15, and then write about yourself now and see how much is repeating. See how much of what is in your life now and even in your family unit that is actually repeating from when you were 8 and when you were 15. And then we're going to go to Sabrina. Sabrina, are you still here? Sabrina, if you let me know you're still here, Archangel Gabriel is going to pinpoint a couple of phases in your life where you can have a look at those past versions of yourself, those historical versions, to see where you're at now. And I know that's going to be actually very exciting for you. Liberating and feeling, there you are here. Good girl. So thank you, Sabrina. So Sabrina, Archangel Gabriel flags you at the age of 7 and then again at 22. That's quite a difference in timeline there. So for you to visit your life at 7 and everything that was going on around you at 7, and then at 22 to see where that played out and how much of that you had still taken with you, and then to where you are now. So what life is like, how you are now. And of course, for you, it's going to be really quite amazing to look at those historical versions of you. Mandy Young, are you still here? If you're still here, then Gabrielle has come to you. Knowing Mandy and seeing what this is, she might have run for the hills. But I know you're also driving, Mandy, so I'll wait to see if you're still here, and Gabrielle will come back to you. And then Kim Jane, we're going to go to you. So Kim Jane, for you to have a look at, oh gracious, this will be very difficult for you, Kim Jane, to be able to visit because you were far too young to have the memory of it. However, when you have a look at the age of 9, you are going to be able to see back to when you were only 1. So 1 year of age, such a lot took place around you in the life that imprinted onto you. And then at the age of 9, and then to have a look at you at 26. So these are 3 timelines for you to visit, Kim Jane. And what you are looking for what each of you are looking for, are the ways that you lived your life and the beliefs that you had around yourself at those times, to see historically what is still with you now that actually isn't real. So Lisa Murray, taking you back to a time of being 8, 13, and then your early 20s. No, there's a point in your life, 19, and this hampers you now. So these timelines for you, Lisa Murray, are the times for you to have a look back on and see the beliefs, the way that the way that life was for you in those timelines and how you are still living that historical self. You know, for each of you that Gabriel has come to is opening and offering an amazing insight into yourself to be able to know more about where you are in your reality of life now. Joy Cook, we come to Joy. If you could let me know if you're still here, please, Joy. And also Jackie, if you could just both let me know if you're here. These offerings for you all from Gabriel can be very life-changing if you will follow through with what he's bringing to you. You see, the past versions, thank you, Jackie, the past versions of yourself can be a great hindrance to you now because you are living out a reality that is no longer a reality. You hold, thank you, Joy, you hold with you a history that you believe to be present. And history is not something that's present. So, Joy, we're going to take you 7. Interesting, Joy. You have all 7, 17, 27. These are the historical versions of you, your past selves of this life, for you to visit and find what it is from each of those ages, age of life, years of life, that are still with you now as if they are a reality, and they are no longer a reality. So, Jackie, for yourself, we have 36, 29, and 12. So 12, 29, 36. It's interesting that Gabriel is offering 3 ages for you all, especially because we have the trilogy of 3, the divineness of 3. So for each of you that have had this blessing of Archangel Gabriel is opening a wonderful door of healing for you. A beautiful door. You're very welcome, Kim. Thank you for your grace and your kindness, your appreciation. You see, so often beliefs and attitudes, the way we live our life is historical, and it's far from hysterical. So when it's historical and we're living it, we are stuck in a place that is no longer our reality. You're very welcome, Zab. Very welcome. Yours would be very interesting. Okay, Kim. She obviously needs something from you. You can always come back and watch the replay. Gabe, you're welcome, Joy. No, need good headphones. What's that, Kylie? Oh, no. Oh, need good headphones. Is that a past life self? Past history self, Kylie. You needed good headphones back in the day. For Kim. Oh, yes, for Kim Jane, right. I don't know that that would even work in voice counselling. Good thinking there, Kylie. So now that you've stepped forward, Kylie, let's see what... Oh, interesting, Kylie. I can see in your hand... See in your hand a very big split in your head and head and heart line. And this is where you got yourself tangled up between the call of your head and the call of your heart. I'm going to take you to being 19 and 21. That was quite a tumultuous time for you, Kylie. So 19 and 21, 2 years for you to have a look at. And then also if you could slip back to 7, it's actually 6, borderline 7 for you. Come on, Kylie, why can't you have these things be straight down the line? Not your style. So looking at you 6 turning 7 and what was going on for you there, people pleaser. And then again, 19 and 21. So those are your years at having a look at what was going on and where you carry those beliefs, those versions of yourself into current time. Caught the tail end. Are we finished already? Hi, Michelle. Oh, you alarmed me there. Caught the tail end. We'll watch replay. Oh, okay, love. Well, glad you were able to jump in, and yes, you can watch the replay. So, Michelle, 29, 16, 8, 8, 29, 16. These are the years for you to have a look at, Michelle, and see what beliefs and what you've carried forward from those times of your life that are creating you to be living historically instead of in the real presence of now. You know, these are, oh, Joe, hello. How are you feeling? Poor Joe, if everybody could send a lovely little burst of love and healing energy to her. She was well and truly crippled on, and has been for the last couple of days. So you've come in at a very interesting time, Joe. We've been talking about Archangel Gabriel is bringing forward different ages for people to have a look at to see where beliefs, behaviors, thank you, Karen, of past self, not past life, past self, is impacting on the reality of now. And it's really interesting. So if you will all do that little exercise, you will find some tremendous things that it's time for you to let go of them. It's time for you to recognize that they no longer have a place in your life now. Living the reality of now means that you recognize your past self. You have a relationship with you now. Yes, that's very good, Joe. So this can be such a liberating and empowering opportunity for you presented by Archangel Gabriel. Joe Flynn, the 3 timelines for you is 5 years of age, 19 years of age, and 32. 5, 19, and 32, Joe. So these are the years of age that Archangel Gabriel would like you to visit and look at the beliefs, the way that you perceived your reality at that time, and see where you sit with that now. So really very important. So that is a tremendous opportunity for you all to have a greater awareness of yourselves and be able to live in your present self without the challenges and without the shackling of your past selves. Remember, it's past self, not past lives. Totally different. Now, I know Sabrina, for example, has done incredible immersion, embodiment, and it is continuing on her amazing soul-aligned pathway. And it's not been without trials and tribulations, because that's what happens. But her embracement of expansion is quite phenomenal. So every one of us can embrace and embody a reality that we wish to be. But to do that means knowing how to be very present in your physical body, knowing how to be very present in your mind, and really having a synergy, a relationship with the divine. So we've mentioned earlier about going off to the physio, going off to a healer to have something healed. It is not going to be healed. It is going to be band-aided. And in a lot of cases, it's going to be suffocated. So it goes deeper into the cells instead of being healed, because there isn't that really defined alignment with one's true self. Meaning, understanding who you truly are without the burdens of past selves and the different facets of your past self. If you were to take the time and look over your life, you're not looking back, you are looking over your life, you would be amazed to see how many past selves you've already had in this lifetime. So why would we complicate it by wanting to know about our past lives when we have got so many past selves in this life? How's that feel? I think it's pretty awesome. I think it's really exciting. So now we have a little bit of fun. We have my very good friend, and very, very cheeky, and this is hello to one and all. It is Queen Anastasia, Queen of the Fairies. One of the fairies, queens, not all. Not possible to be queen of the fairies of all, but I've certainly been queen of you for many, many lifetimes. And once again, it is, oh, it's so heavy to be in here, and so heavy to be able to bring the sprites. I like to bring the sprites forward for you tonight because they offer an electric energy. And bringing an electric energy is like a little zap. And it's a little zap as we fly around. You know, I had a ride along with a bee the other day. Actually, it sat on her foot. It sat on this girl Gwenda's foot. She didn't like it very much, but it was me that was riding it, and she couldn't even see. She wasn't looking. She was more concerned about there being a bee on her foot. I was having a lovely time. So little zaps here and there. So I come to zap you all tonight and, you know, bring her a little bit of lightness too, because she really didn't enjoy that person that was here at her house on Saturday. She didn't like her. That's how you say it in a word. She didn't like her. And I was here. She couldn't see me again. She was too busy. Well, she was too busy being polite. Being polite. I could have done something about that, but I didn't. I just sat and watched. She wasn't interested in dancing, I can tell you that. She was not really feeling herself, shall we say. So we bring to you some electrified, beautiful energy, and I'm going to ride around tonight on a magnificent dragon butterfly. Have you seen a dragon butterfly? Oh my, they are amazing. But we bring them through from way back in the days of Avalon, way back in the days of Avalon, and even a little bit of, I don't know, a little bit before even of Avalon. They are the most magical, beautiful butterflies. So they have big frilly wings, and then the body is like that of a dragon. And I like to sit in the curl of the tail. It's a little bit hard for it to fly sometimes, but it's just gorgeous. So I would like to bring you all a little gift of a butterfly. So when you see a butterfly over the next couple of days, because I know for many of you, it is nighttime now. So the butterflies are not out. So over the next couple of days, when you have a butterfly come to you, that is my gift to you. And I could be riding one, but I really need to be here with Miss Gwenda and looking after her as I like to do. You know, she was in her special room the other day and lighting a candle, and I was standing beside her watching her lighting the candle, and I wanted to play in the flame and to play in the fire. She blew it out. So she lit the candle and then she blew it out again. I won't tell you what she was doing. I think she was working with some of her old magic. She still likes to play with her magic. I like it too. I think it's quite fun. And I like to get in among all the crystals because I like to look after. You know how she is with the crystals. So I like to look after the crystals and the beings with them. And that's always fun to dance around in there. Anyway, I must away now. I must away. So enjoy your butterflies. I'm going to look for a butterfly dragonfly to fly on. Nice to see you all again. Well, Miss Fancy. There you are over there. Right. Presenting herself tonight. Well, good on you, Anastasia. Thank you. Let me catch up now on your messages. I do like her impromptu arrivals. Process of letting go. Please just follow what archangels see. This is where you humans make everything so difficult. When you have a beautiful message and some guidance from an archangel or your guide, please just follow what they've asked. Don't ask questions back. They speak very clearly. They give you the guidance very clearly. Simply do what has been asked and you will find you have magnificent results. Jackie, love to you, Queen Anastasia. She is bright and light and often cheeky. Saps. She gets some of those saps, Lisa. She's a bit of a hoot. Magical and gorgeous. Yeah, that's her. You're welcome, Kylie. Queen Anastasia, gorgeous. She does do that, Joe. She does look after me very well. Yeah. Yeah, she is a hoot and has been around for many years. You know, once upon a time, she would take over and dance through me, and family and friends that would be there at the time would say, how do you know how to dance like that? I've never seen you dance like that. I couldn't say to them at the time, well, it's not really me. But she's a hoot and she just loves to dance. What does she look like? Oh, she's beautiful, Lisa. So fairies really are quite more strong looking than what they're depicted. And yet at the same time, they have that whimsical, magical lightness about them. She can actually be very determined, and her face will become more structured, if I can put it that way. She is just divinely beautiful, and they do have magnificent wings. She's got she says 3 sets. So she has 3 sets of wings. No, you stay over there now. So she has, I'm going to describe it as like a white blonde hair. It's stunning. White blonde, it's long, very flowy. And when she flies, it trails out behind her almost like a bride's, what do you call it? Train, almost like a bride's train. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then the outfits, well, they're often colourful, so she can blend in with nature, and that is quite often their protection. So her outfits change, and the one that I personally love the most is one that is like a spectacular apricot peach coloured sunset, and all of the colours are just muted through her whimsical dress. That's the only way I can describe it. And in height, like, she obviously can change her height with ease. So standing over by the steps there, she actually had the height of being around 4 foot tall, but other times she is a tiny fairy. It's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, she is gorgeous and mischievous. But I'm glad that she brings a lot of joy to each of you, and her energy comes through to you as well. So that brings us to the close of this evening, and I hope you all have a lovely evening and keep the energy of Queen Anastasia with you. Let it bring a smile to you, and please do honour Archangel Gabriel's offer to assist you to understand more about the different facets of you and the historical you, because in coming to know more about that, you can put yourself into a place of higher awareness, a place of healing, and healing can be instantaneous when you understand these things. So it's been a delight, and it's been a thrill to have you with me tonight, Sabrina. Thank you, beautiful soul, for everything. And to one and all of you, have a beautiful evening, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Remember that when you register, you are actually able to watch a replay. So if you missed out on the beginning, you can come back and watch again. Or if you have a child that just doesn't want to behave, then you can come back at another time. So thank you all very much. Good night, everyone. See you next week.